to see you. I'm having a rough day, but I'm happy that we're doing a live and we can hang out and talk. And I know it will cheer me up. And hopefully, if you're feeling down, it'll cheer you up too. So, I'm Jess Curtis. I run this channel, Our Bipolar. I love doing it. I've had this channel about 5 years, I think, and I've been doing the lives only since January, so just this year. And I love them so much. I love talking to all of you. It's really added something special to my life. So hopefully you enjoy it too. I see there's already people in the chat. Hey, Willow the Cat, thank you so much for the super sticker. Wow, wait, I have to do a little heart on it. And it looks like Moss can't be here today, but she left, or I'm sorry. They left a super sticker as well. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. I know you'll watch the replay. And Moss left, and I pinned about adding the word question to the beginning of questions that are for me. Helps me out a little bit, so thank you. So we're here to talk about bipolar disorder. I have bipolar disorder. I have bipolar 1. I was diagnosed almost 28 years ago. It's coming up soon on my anniversary. And I was diagnosed when I was a sophomore in college, and now I am almost 47 years old. And yeah, I've lived a lot of life with bipolar 1. I went through some really hard years. I've gone through some easier years. You know, those hard years consisted of a lot of full blown mania, some psychosis, some depression, a lot of not wanting to go on and things like that. I have to be careful on YouTube and what I say. But yeah. And then, you know, things did get considerably better for me, better meds, better self-care, all those things. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me. Today we're here to talk about lessons learned from bipolar disorder. I've learned so many lessons, but I'm still learning. A lot of these lessons, like, I kind of learn and then I have to keep learning over and over again. So maybe you've had that experience. Let me turn my light up just a little bit. Ooh, okay. So let's see who's here. I see Victoria, I already said Willow, Heaven, hello. I think I saw Polar Opposite, Dan was trying to join in. That's awesome. So whatever, you know, if you're new here, welcome. If you've been here a good bit, welcome. I've been dealing, just to like tell you a little bit about what's going on. I need to try to not move my arm that much, even though I talk with my hands a lot. Try to keep it like down here. But one of the lessons I have learned and like continue to learn is that one thing can like really affect the bipolar. So in my case, this time it's like a physical injury. And it's really throwing me off, guys. Like, so I injured my bicep because I was lifting weights. This was about a week and a half ago or so. So I can't lift weights and I can't really do very much exercise at all because like I can't use my arm, this arm. So I could still like walk and do those things, but like it's really thrown me off, and it's also starting to just get me feeling kind of down, which is weird because usually in August, September is like a time of year where I can go into hypomania and I get really anxious. Like I get anxious like the back to school time and like this change of seasons going from summer to fall and like things like that. So it's kind of weird for me to feel kind of down, and I'm just like, please don't let me go into depression. Like stay good, stay focused, like keep trying to do other exercise, keep other things up. Like it was hard to shower. Like it was hard to shower today because my arm, like I can't lift it to like wash my hair. So I was washing my hair with one hand. That was fun. But hey, refused Steve, right? I think it's Steve. Good to see you, Bipolar Book Club. So yeah, so that's just one lesson that I've learned again, is like the physical so affects the mental and the bipolar and can bring on symptoms if you're not really careful. And even if you are careful, these things can happen, right? Like I got an injury when I was trying to do the right thing and exercise. So yeah, it can be frustrating. I do see a question from Unfold by Varma. Have you gone through difficulties while working when you have bipolar? By the way, I'm bipolar too. Yes, of course, yes. So I work full time. I'm an assistant managing editor for a scientific journal. So that job is like good for me because I don't work with the public and like I don't have like short deadlines on things. And so luckily, when I do have symptoms, like if I'm having hypomania or depression, I will just try to go slow. I'm not going to get as much work done. I might have to take time off. Luckily, I have a lot of time built up. But yes, definitely gone through difficulties. And there was a time when I was like really struggling and the bipolar was not under control at all. I was having tons of mania that I actually like quit my job. I have a video about this from way back. I quit my job because I knew I was going to have like a full-blown mania episode. I could feel it coming. I quit and I started just freelancing, like doing editing work, which was like less than part-time. But I had some savings and I took almost a year off from work. And I was able to go back once I got on different meds. So yeah, I mean, I haven't always been employed, but I try, you know. Oh, I see people deleting stuff. Is everything okay over there? I see Des the Kid. I see K. Beeblebrox. Lots of people. Des the Kid said, how are you feeling with the new anxiety med? Hope all is well. So I'm just taking a beta blocker as needed for anxiety. I was having some really major anxiety, which I actually think was due to, so a lot of people, not a lot of people, but like a lot of people who've taken lithium have hypothyroidism. So like they have low or no thyroid hormone and you really, you need that. It's important. So I actually had hypothyroidism before going on lithium, but the lithium is affecting it because, you know, I take lithium. So anyway, my level gets screwed up a lot. It goes either way low or way high. It's not within range a lot. And it went really low. And you can have bad anxiety when that happens. And so I think that's what happened. Because like there wasn't anything unusual going on in my life that caused that much anxiety. I was just like feeling it constantly in my chest. And like it was just unreal, like unlike any anxiety I usually feel. So I'm taking that beta blocker. It helps more with the physical symptoms, like I don't know, you get super anxious and you start sweating or shaking or your heart's racing or I don't know, you get all red or whatever it is. So that's it is helping, but I haven't taken it as much because I think my thyroid is starting to even out. But I do get a lot of anxiety aside from thyroid problems. And that feeds into my bipolar symptoms a lot, especially like hypomania. Yeah, we did chat about that as a kid, but that's fine. And you know, I want to tell everyone. Oh, thank you, Bipolar Book Club. You said the channel has helped so much. Oh, you were chatting as your cult boyfriend last time. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're very kind. And it really makes it, like, especially on a day like today when I'm feeling kind of like, just like down and like hoping I don't get depressed. It makes a difference to hear stuff like that. It really, it's just nice. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like there's some trolls. It happens. Thanks you guys for moderating, even if you're not technically mods. I really appreciate it. Okay. P.S. Hey, is taking 300 milligrams of lithium without blood test safe? I don't know because I'm I'm not a doctor. I was under the impression that any amount of lithium you were supposed to be doing your regular lab tests. Trying to think how often I do them. Well, now that I'm established on lithium, I think I do them like every few months, but maybe earlier on more often. I'm not positive. That's just my guess. And none of this is medical advice. You know, this is all just based on lived experience and all of your experience in the chat. Let's see. If I missed anything else. I have some other lessons learned that I wrote down like this week. But again, I'm still, I'm always still learning, and I'm like relearning the same lessons all the time. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything before I go back down. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Willow, for moderating. Okay. Another lesson that I've learned, and these lessons are like, for me personally, you may feel differently. That's cool. Like, we're all different. And actually, maybe I'll lead with that lesson that I learned. Bipolar is not a one size fits all. We are all snowflakes, okay? Not in the political sense, but we are all snowflakes in that we are all very different. Like, yes, we all fit into maybe like a bipolar 1, bipolar 2, cyclothymia, but we are all very different, and that can make bipolar really hard to treat at times, right? Because just because I have bipolar 1, my body chemistry and whatever is going on in my brain makes it so that lithium works well for me and Seroquel works well for me. But other things that I tried first really didn't work well for me. And I know I have friends who have taken those meds and that worked well for them. I just feel like we are all so different. Our bipolar presents differently a lot of times. Like some people, they have their episodes are more seasonal, right? Like they get depression in the colder months and, you know, mania in the warmer months. I can have depression or mania anytime. Like it doesn't matter. Like whenever I have a certain stress or a certain kind of trigger, that can happen. I just feel like we are so alike, but we are so different. And that's why I think you need like a really skilled psychiatrist to be able to like pay attention and figure out each person and what they need. And also like we all need different amounts of sleep. We all need different, you know, like exercise, like all these different things. Some of us have more like social anxiety that could trip off the bipolar, or, you know, other things that can be triggers. We're just all so different. But I mean, that's good, right? We all want to be different. Like, not just when it comes to bipolar, of course, but like, I just think, I think people try to put us in a box, right? Like, oh, you have bipolar, so like you must be like this, like, or you must be really similar to other people I know with bipolar. No, not necessarily. Okay. Does the kid says I get manic, hypomanic in the spring and summer, and then mild severe depression and vice versa in the fall, winter. Yeah. So you could like kind of follow like what a lot of people do, where it's like more of a seasonal thing, whereas I don't follow that at all. Hello, Ella Bella. Just joining. Yeah, it's a spectrum. It's a total spectrum. Okay, let me take a drink. I've not been drinking enough water today or yesterday. I think I'm so focused on this like stupid arm situation that I'm just like not doing my usual stuff. And it's affecting me. Okay, so another lesson that I am learning, continue to learn, where it is. Okay, so for me, meds are absolutely number one, like I have to have, but hard work on self-care pays off, and it adds that like extra amount that I need to kind of make up for, because the meds still can't do everything. Like, I had to find meds that worked, but it's not like had to. I mean, some people can't take meds, of course, but for me, it was really, really hard when the meds weren't working, just to like, just to do anything, like just to get by, just to like have friends and work and anything, have a relationship. Like, I was just miserable, and it was hard to like leave my apartment, like it was hard to like get out there and do anything. So once I got on meds that semi worked, at least, then it was much easier, and I felt like the self-care stuff could get me mostly the rest of the way. So like, like what we're talking about, like sleeping probably number one in terms of self-care. And like I said, because we're all different, like my doctor, my psychiatrist told me before that, obviously sleep is very important for everyone with bipolar, but he said for me, in terms of the patients he's seen, it's like even more important. Like if my sleep gets off, it's like bam, like you're gonna have an episode, like you're probably gonna go in hypomania or mania. So it's just like super important. But also all the other things, like in terms of self-care, the exercise, the eating right, the not isolating, but maybe at times isolating if I'm starting to feel a little more up and like hypomanic. All of that. I think the self-care does make a big difference, but the meds are like, yeah, meds are key. Okay, I see some questions. I hope I didn't miss something. Okay. P.S. says, my psychiatrist has kept changing my meds. I have hypomania for 4 days and severe depression. Should I go to a new psychiatrist? I mean, I don't know. I guess, like, well, I think there'd be a lot of questions. I think you need to talk to the psychiatrist you have first, would be my advice. Maybe you're still adjusting to the meds. I don't know. Maybe you're still titrating up on the meds. So you're saying you're having a mixed episode, like you're having hypomania and depression at the same time? I would try to work it out first, or not work it out, but just like see what they're thinking and what's going on. And but yeah, if you feel like the psychiatrist is not doing well for you, there's nothing wrong with getting a second opinion. So you don't necessarily have to cut off this person first. It'd be better to like have continuous care and not be like jumping between and having times where you're not followed by anyone. Okay, bipolar book club. I've had good luck with good psychiatrists over the years. I can't seem to find a good therapist to save my freaking life. Should I be looking for specific styles? I don't know. Like, in my case, like, I need to stop moving my arm. Sorry. My arm is hurty. I've just either had like a therapist I clicked with or I didn't. And it wasn't really like a certain style. It was just regular talk therapy. I've never done like CBT or DBT personally. I've done like couples therapy and stuff like that. But so I don't know. But like, unfortunately, it seems like you have to sometimes go through a lot of different therapists to find the right one. So okay. Okay, I see a question. Tim Slim. I think a family member struggles with bipolar. She lashes out and then acts infantile. I'm not sure what that means. While protecting my husband and children. Well, I mean, I'm not sure if that's bipolar just because she's lashing out and acting like infantile. I mean, acting infantile is not like really a bipolar symptom or trait, people could just have like anger issues. And I mean, I don't know. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what this says, but I'm not quite sure. Um, Protecting your husband and children. I'm sorry. If you want to like explain more, I'll try to get back to you because I'm not sure what that means. Yeah. Does the kid said, how has your summer been going? My summer's actually been really good. We went on vacation. I had a work conference in DC at the very beginning of June. And then my family joined me and we did like a family vacation in DC and Silver Spring because we used to live in Silver Spring, Maryland. And there were all these restaurants that we wanted to go to again and like people we wanted to see. And like, so it was really nice. It was like a vacation, but it was also like just familiar and comforting because we lived there. So it was actually really good. I have something called disembarkment syndrome, which is a neurological um, disorder, I guess you would call it, where after, it's like a movement problem, where after I travel, either by plane or a long car ride, I will feel dizziness. I'll feel like sort of like I'm rocking on a boat for a while. And I take medication to try to ward it off, but it didn't work this time. So I felt dizzy for like a good month or month and a half after the trip. And that kind of sucked. But it was nice, once I started feeling better in July, it was just a nice, like, laid back summer. Like, my family's home because, my husband's a teacher, Brian's a teacher, and Pearson was home from school. And it was just like, it was good times. We did a lot of like things together, like playing board games or like going to breakfast or all that kind of stuff. So we really enjoy each other and it was fun. It was fun and I felt good. Wasn't having any symptoms. I know some of you know I had like a pretty long mixed episode in the spring and then I got through that and then the summer. Usually I'm good in summer. I don't know. I don't know why. Like summer and winter I'm usually decent. Not always. And then spring and fall are like total crapshoot. Let's see. Bipolar book clubs have been going through therapists like speed dating. Yeah, I could see that. I just feel like it's really hit or miss. P.S. said, has anyone in your family have bipolar or any other mental health disorders, alcoholism, etc.? So I don't have a really strong family history of bipolar. Up until recently, I didn't know of anyone in my family who had it, which kind of like bothered me. Like I kind of wanted there to be that genetic history because I'm like, well, then why do I have it? Like, why do I have to deal with this, But I found out I had a cousin who passed away this summer and she was about my age. She was like a more distant, like a third, like maybe like a third cousin. And I found out that she had bipolar disorder and she also took lithium. And she passed away from addiction. I believe it was heroin addiction. I really didn't know her, but it was such like I wanted to get to know her better anyway. And then to find this out and then for her to have passed away, it was just like, oh, we really could have like connected, and like leaned on each other and talked to each other. And I was just like, it's a missed opportunity. There was someone else that was also distant in my family who was much older than me who has schizophrenia that I found out about a few years ago. I also didn't know this person. There's some alcoholism and other addiction in my family. My grandfather on one side was an alcoholic. There's some other addiction stuff. But yeah, there isn't like a really strong link. It wasn't like, oh, one of my parents had bipolar or a grandparent or something like that. I think there could have been people who maybe had bipolar 2 or like something that they were able to kind of live with and it went undiagnosed, this was a long time ago. I think that is possible. But that is just conjecture. I don't know. I definitely have it. like, but yeah. Who's adding to the stigma? Does that mean me? Ella Bella? I hope I didn't add to the stigma. I don't know what I did if that was me. Okay, I just saw a question and then I went too fast. Okay, refused. Steve, I believe Steve. Do you have any experience in quitting antipsychotic meds and that causing insomnia? So you went off the antipsychotics and it caused insomnia? I've gone down. I've never gone off completely. I haven't been able to in a while. So I've taken antipsychotics and I've been told okay, you can go down on it now. You're not needing it as much, whatever, by my doctor. And then I had trouble sleeping. And so I've had to bump it back up a little bit, or maybe bump it back up somewhat, but not to where I was taking it. That's happened on and off at times because we're constantly trying to lower my Seroquel mostly to get my cholesterol under control, because it can affect cholesterol. And I have in my family, there's a lot of high cholesterol. And it's also the Seroquel can cause weight gain, as a lot of us know. So that can also cause high cholesterol. Not that I'm I wouldn't say I'm overweight, but it's still, I'm higher than I would normally be now that I take antipsychotics. For some reason, the lithium never caused weight gain for me. But then when I got on the Seroquel or other antipsychotics, that's when it started. So yeah, I do have some experience with that refused, but unfortunately the answer was I had to increase back that antipsychotic, at least briefly. Oh, thanks guys. Okay. Rocco Mochi, hello. I don't think I've seen you here before. Oh. Oh, and guys, we have a lot of people here. If you could all like the live, please. And yeah, and feel free to subscribe if you haven't. I would love that. Okay, Rackle. Which medication do you think helps you more, risperidone or Seroquel? I'm on risperidone. I've never taken risperidone. I've only taken Seroquel and Zyprexa, I think. I'm trying to think if I've taken another one. Those are the two I know about. We'll just put it that way. I don't know about risperidone, unfortunately. I think Seroquel helps me a lot. I think it helps me a lot mentally, but it is one of those things where if you take too much, and how do you know what is going to be too much? It can severely numb you. Yeah. And sometimes I might be at a place where I have to take more because I'm starting to feel symptoms. I'm starting to feel hypomania. I'm not sleeping, all these things. And then I have to up it, and then it kind of numbs me out, but I have to just do it, at least for a little while. Okay. So I'm going to go to one of my other lessons learned that I'm still learning, right? Let's see. Okay, I've learned to listen to my body. This is probably the biggest thing, is paying attention to what my body is telling me. Our bodies are giving us lots of information. We can't always notice everything, but I do my best to try to pay attention. So if I start waking up a little bit early, okay, that might be fine if it's like a half hour or something, but I'm going to start paying attention. Am I waking up early again the next day? Am I starting to notice that my thoughts are coming faster? Am I starting to notice maybe a song is getting stuck in my head and it's like to the point where it's really annoying, like not a fun thing? Um, and I started to notice that I want to be more social, like a lot more social. Like I want to talk on the phone all day, or I want to like go out and do things all the time, which is not like me, because I'm an introvert and I'm like, yeah, it's like I love all my online friends and I do have in-person friends, but I don't want to like go out all the time. I just want to like check in once in a while. Things like that. I'm trying to pay really close attention to what my body is telling me. If I'm feeling more tired, okay, I need more rest. I need to like react to what my body's telling me. I think that's a lesson that I'm constantly learning and like relearning because I'll stop listening to myself at times. And that's when I get in trouble usually. And at times that can cause an episode, usually hypomania for me, mixed hypomania. It's really unfun. Polar opposite is here. Hey, Dan. Let me see. I see a lot of talk. Okay. As the kid said, what scares me the most is not knowing I had an episode until after the episode ends. Oh, that, yes. I know that can be very hard. I've gotten to the point where like I do usually notice, sometimes not in the very beginning, but that's, yeah, that can be really scary. Oh, and thank you so much for the super sticker. That was so kind. Thank you, Dan. Polar opposite. That's so nice. Thank you. Question. Brenda said, what do you do when you notice signs of hypomania? I am allowed by my doctor to up my antipsychotic, like right away. As soon as I notice signs and like I'm putting it all together, I up my antipsychotic. That's what I do first. Then I try to get more sleep, which the antipsychotic is usually enabling. I try to not do as much, like if I have social things or like events coming up that week, I cancel. I try to like hunker down and kind of do everything right in terms of like eating well. I really cut out caffeine and sugar at that point when I notice hypomania, or like warning signs of hypomania. I really don't have caffeine anyway, usually. Like I don't drink coffee anymore or anything, but like once in a while I'll have like a soda or like some soda. So I'll completely stop that. I try to cut down on sugar, but it's hard because like that's when I want sugar and that's what I want, caffeine. So I just try to get everything, like try to have less stimulation overall. So, I might like go down to the basement and try to get out of like the bright sunlight because our house is like a what do you call it? Like a ranch. So there's a lot, it's all one level. So it's like there's a lot of windows, a lot of sunlight, which I love. But if I'm going into hypomania, I want to like try to quiet things and not have even like the stimulation of sunlight. So I really try to like kind of go into my hole a little bit just for a little while until things get better. And sometimes it works and I stop hypomania from happening, and sometimes it doesn't. And I just, but to me, it's worth it to try to stop it. So let's see. All right, so how about another of my lessons I'm learning? Oh, okay, so stress is stress. doesn't really matter what kind of stress, but stress can cause bipolar symptoms. So good stress can cause symptoms just like bad stress can. So in my experience, good stress can usually cause even more episodes than bad stress. I don't know why. I don't know if because I get so excited and that is like too much for my system. I don't know. But the good stress, it's a problem, right? Because you want to be able to be excited for something and look forward to things and have fun. And like, that's what kind of sucks at times because sometimes I feel like I have to like tamp down on my excitement or like, you know, something good happens. Like recently I found out I'm probably going to get a raise next year. Not a, well, a raise, but also like a promotion. But like, I keep reminding myself this is not that big of a deal because I'm already doing the position they're promoting me to. So like nothing is really going to change. Because you know, change is obviously like a big problem. Can cause bipolar symptoms. But I'm thinking like it's not going to change. It's just my title is going to change and hopefully, you know, I'll get a raise. But just knowing that I'm getting this next year is a problem for me, right? Like it can cause bipolar symptoms because I'm so excited about like I'm finally being recognized for the job I'm doing and like all this stuff. So it's hard, you know? It's hard. And then of course, the bad stress of course fucks you up. And that when you're going through something terrible, that is not like you don't want to have bipolar symptoms on top of that. It just feels so unfair. Like I'm already going through something horrible in life, like maybe you know, broke up with your partner or, you know, there was a death in your family or like something awful that was unexpected like that, like you lost a pet. Something like that is just so hard to deal with without bipolar butting in and like bringing you depression or mania, psychosis, even. Like, it's just not fair. It just feels not fair. Like, I want to deal with one thing at a time. That's kind of what I was thinking with my arm, like having this arm injury is like, I just want to deal with the fucking arm. I'm sorry, I'm swearing so much. I just want to deal with the arm injury. Like, I don't want to deal with the arm injury and then thinking I'm going to go into depression because I'm getting upset about it. Like, it just can be a little overwhelming and it can be a lot to handle. And I feel like people with bipolar are always handling so much more than we know. Like there's always so much going on. And like other people will say like people who don't have bipolar disorder, they're like, I have so much anxiety or I have, you know, I'm dealing with this. And it's like, yeah, like a lot of us are dealing with those things plus worrying about having bipolar symptoms because of it. So it's just like, like I don't want to do this. But yeah, that is a lesson I've definitely learned that stress, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad stress, it can cause symptoms. You have to be aware of it. You have to be on top of it. You might have to take extra meds because of it. I mean, it's just, at least for me, that's the way it is. Let me just make sure I didn't miss. Oh, thank you, Bipolar Book Club, for saying Jess is the best teacher. Actually, my husband, Brian, is the best teacher, but he doesn't have bipolar, so I can stand in. I saw something. I'm sorry. Yeah, Bipolar Book Club. Do you actually have a book club? Because I should probably join that if I can. Okay, Christina Hamilton. Those who have tried lamotrigine and had to quit, what did they try next? Okay, chat needs to help out here. I have never tried lamotrigine. I might be trying it when I have to fully go off lithium or the lithium is no longer, you know, like effective or in the effective range anymore. I'm on a lower dose because of my kidney disease, but my kidneys are like rebounding on the lower lithium dose, if that makes sense. Like they're doing better from lowering the lithium, and the lithium being at a lower level is kind of okay because my kidneys don't function as well as other people's usually. it's like the lithium level is still within range because the way my kidneys are concentrating. I'm not explaining this well, but I'm also not a doctor and I don't know everything. um, so yeah, if someone can answer that, hopefully. Oh, Ella Bella, I'm not gonna do a channel book club. I have way too much going on. I love doing lives. I love doing videos, but I haven't even gotten to videos as much lately because I've just been too busy. But I would love for someone to start a book club. Oh, and Ella Bella, I do have a video about Kay Redfield Jamison's book, An Unquiet Mind, if you're interested. It's in my videos. All right, so I'll do another of my lessons learned. Okay, let me see. I think I've gotten through most of them. Okay, so lesson learned is that this I know for sure. People with bipolar are my tribe. They are the people I can turn to, and it's just so easy because they understand. They understand what I've been going through. They understand, they've been there. Now, support people can be great too, but they have to learn a lot to like really connect at times. Like when we're actually struggling with symptoms and like in an episode or having like real problems, I think it's so hard for someone who doesn't have bipolar to have learned enough to like really be able to be there for you and kind of understand without asking a lot of questions and like making it harder on the person with bipolar. Now, it can be done. I've seen it done. I've witnessed it. My husband, for one, my friend Keith, other people, like they really, you know, get it as much as they can. But if you have someone, a friend who has bipolar, and like even if they don't have the exact kind of experience that you do, even if they like if you have bipolar 1, they have bipolar 2 maybe, they can really understand it so much more, and it's just so much easier. It's like less explaining and more just like being friends and like all of that. And I really found so many people on Instagram. I mean, obviously now that we're doing lives, you know, I found so many people through YouTube as well, but since there isn't like the DM feature, I found that Instagram is really great for making friends who have bipolar. Facebook to an extent as well. And I have, you know, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I would love that. But I feel like Instagram has really, really been great for me to find people. It's been so good. Oh, Bipolar Book Club said this is easily the best tribe. Thank you. I love it. These lives, like, and it's really all like based on like the people. It's like the people, the personalities, like, I love it. Autumn Love says being bipolar give you white hair. No, age did that for me at least. I don't know. Honestly, like so I just stopped, you know, I'm like almost 47, so I'm like decently up there at this point. So I stopped coloring my hair when I was like 40, I think, because I was just like, screw this. Like, I think I have streaks and stuff, so I'm just gonna rock it. But I only had a little bit for like years until like about 2 years ago. My husband had this really major surgery and it was like super stressful. We didn't have much time to adjust to the idea because we didn't know he would ever have to have a surgery again. So he has a spinal cord tumor. It's actually benign, luckily, but it, you know, causes a lot of issues. So he was having this procedure done like twice a year on his back. And then suddenly that became like no longer effective and he had to have a major surgery. And we only had like about a month to get used to the idea and prepare and all this stuff. And he was out of work for like 4 months. But anyway, because of all of that, my my grays just started really coming in. Like, it's, I think it's true, like a major stress can really bring it on. I mean, I'm lucky like my whole head isn't gray. So, but yeah, oh yeah, I'm not worried about my hair. I like it like this. It's fine. Jay Byers says, does anyone else have a hell of a time holding down employment? I mean, I know quite a few people who had so much trouble that they had to stop working completely, had to stop trying, and some of them are on disability. Disability can be very hard to come by, from what I've heard from multiple people. Unfortunately, yeah, it's really rough. I guess I'm lucky that I have been able to work most of the time, except for like that year that I was really not working much at all. And, you know, I was able to come back, but I think that is a pretty common experience to like have a hard time holding down a job. I have a friend on Instagram. Her name's well, I won't say her name, but she was like applying for disability because she was like, I just can't do it. And she got very lucky that she was offered a job. She was volunteering at this place and she was offered a job, and they are just going to really work around whatever she needs. Like they are going to work around, you know, her sleep schedule, and at times like not being able to come in, not being able to work, having to, you know, not work kind of unexpectedly, and they're just like, we're willing to do that. But I know that is not common. That is not common. So I really feel for anyone who really is trying to work and it just isn't working out. It's really, it's got to be really hard. Let me see. Yeah, the gray hair can happen anytime, but yeah, mine definitely did just speed up a little bit a couple years ago. Yeah, Katrina Hamilton said, glad I found you all. I'm trying to figure out life at 50 with bipolar and menopause. It's been an interesting few months. That is a really popular topic lately that I've been hearing about. I haven't gone through like perimenopause or menopause yet, but people are talking about it and I'm just like really scared. Like, Katrina, I don't know if you want to say, but are you on like the HRT? Because my doctor was saying I would probably go straight on HRT, and I'm like, but how much does that help? Like, am I going to start having a lot more episodes? Like, what is this about? I don't really know. But I know there are a lot of hormonal shifts, and then I'm hoping that like once you get to menopause, things would be more like stable, like even in terms of the hormones. I don't know. I'd love to know more about that because I feel like it's like coming. It's coming soon for me. Okay, Racco said my libido has completely died down since starting risperidone. Does anyone else have this issue with this medicine? I have not heard that, but I don't know because I really don't know much about risperidone. But if anyone in the chat, I haven't had like an antipsychotic cause any of those kind of issues. I know a lot of people have issues with like antidepressants. That's very common. But I would be interested to know about that. Polar opposite said hypersexuality in my wife's perimenopause is a real relationship struggle. Yeah, I bet. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like the hypersexuality is like one of those things like people don't talk about as much. They're like, oh, let's just not talk about this as like a bipolar symptom. Like, this is a little bit uncomfortable. I don't know, but if your wife is like feeling the opposite, Yeah, that is hard. Mother Reagan says menopause is one of the things that triggered my first manic episode at 51. Oh, wow. Yeah, I feel like I've been hearing more and more about, especially women being diagnosed later in life, and maybe it is more because of menopause or perimenopause. I would like to hear, like, just learn more about that. I need to like bring someone on my channel who's experienced that or has more information about it. I also am going to probably bring on someone who um, is on disability to talk about her experience, because I think that's really important. Oh, Willow the cat, you had a brain tumor? You do have one? Got radiotherapy coming up. Oh, wow. You already had surgery. I didn't know that. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, Brian's is a spinal cord tumor, but it's all like, you know, he has like a neurosurgeon. Um, Trying to see if there's any other questions. Let's see, what else did I write down? I don't know if I wrote down any other. I guess another lesson that I've learned is I have to make sure that I prioritize like having fun and enjoying my life, especially when I'm feeling good and like when I'm stable. And even if, you know, some people enjoy, I guess, like the hypomania part of it, I try to be careful with that, but well, because I usually have mixed hypomanias, it's like really not fun at all. But I'm trying to like really prioritize living my life and when I'm feeling good and not being like, I mean, you have to balance it because you don't want to overdo things, and then maybe that could cause an episode, of course. But at the same time, it's like I want to enjoy my life, and I don't want to constantly. I want to be aware of the bipolar, but I don't want to constantly be worried about it. And I think that can be difficult. Like it can be difficult to balance those two things. Let's see, Ella Bella. Do you have ADA accommodations in place at work for bipolar? I just got that set up and it's been awesome. Okay, great. I actually don't have an accommodation in place. I've thought about it. My coworkers at work, especially my work team, they know that I have bipolar. So, and I haven't needed like true accommodations. Like sometimes I have to take time off, but I just like take sick time and like it's never been like a large amount of time. I'd be interested to know, Ella, if you want to say, like, what kind of accommodations do you get through the ADA accommodation? Like, or what kind of things like help you? I'd just be interested to know. Um, but yeah, I've never done it, not because like any reason, like, or I don't want to. It's more like because I just haven't found that I required it. Let's see. And if you're just joining, you know, we're just talking about bipolar disorder. Just ask any questions. Talking about lessons I've learned living with bipolar. I've had bipolar for about almost 28 years, long time. And just, you know, there are lessons that I feel like keep coming up. Like it's not something I've learned and like moved on. It's more like, you know, something that keeps coming up for me. Alabella said for the accommodations to work from home, since driving highway is tough, and I have a 40-hour limit, so they can't force overtime. Okay, well, I already work from home, So I guess I already have that kind of, but, and I work for a nonprofit, so we only work 37.5 hours, and there's no overtime where I work. So it sounds like I'm sort of getting the accommodations you're getting without just, they just come with my job already. But yeah, I working from home I think is key. Like I used to work in the office way long time ago, and that was so much harder. There was a time when I worked from home like 1 or 2 days a week, and then I would work in the office 3 days. But then I moved to Pittsburgh from DC, and so I can't go to the office anymore. Like, and they let me move. So, oh, we got a super chat. Thank you so much, Bipolar Book Club. It says thanks for doing these streams. Thank you. Of course, thanks for attending them. Like, you guys are all so great in the chat. Like, I saw a question. Okay. Miss M, can new health problems cause your depression and anxiety to get worse? Yes, majorly yes. That's what I don't know if you were here at the beginning, but I was saying like I injured my arm about like a week and a half ago. Like it was a bicep, like I had pulled my bicep, and then that ended up causing, I think it's like a tendon in my elbow that is hurting, and like it really hurts to like straighten or lift my arm, or and I thought it would be like better by now. And then I looked it up and it was like, oh, it's going to be like 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm like, oh, 4 to 6 weeks? Like you should have seen me trying to wash my hair today with one hand. Like, like all this stuff. It's just frustrating. And like, yeah, I'm starting to feel a little down because I'm just getting like so frustrated with having to deal with something else. And then those other things can cause anxiety or depression or hypomania or something. And it's like, can I just deal with one thing at a time? That would be fine. I understand like injuries can happen, but like let me just deal with the injury and not have bipolar try to jump on top of that. Like, so yeah, I've been feeling a little down, but you guys are helping me feel so much better today, and just like talking and like having fun. Thank you. Mother Reagan, sorry, I need a tissue, but I'm like, at what point did you stop being embarrassed to tell people you have bipolar? I don't know if I've ever really stopped being altogether embarrassed, but I mean, once I started my YouTube channel and I like decided I was going to be public and like not hide it anymore, I kind of had to like just do it. Like because like I was out there and I made this like public post on social media that I had bipolar, and I did like all these posts to like sort of come out with it and to talk about it because I was just tired of hiding it. So it's kind of like I had to weigh like, was it better for me to hide it or to be public and just try to be honest with it? And it started to become harder for me to hide it. Like it was weighing on me and it was like bothering me because I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong here. Like my brain did this, and pretty much no one in my family has it. Like I don't know why this happened, but like I didn't cause this. And I'm tired of feeling ashamed of something that I didn't do wrong. And here I am, like, I'm trying to live the best I can. And I feel like that's enough. And so it just got to the point where, like, yes, I am still slightly embarrassed, especially when I tell people for the first time, if they don't already know from like YouTube or social media. It's awkward. It's a little awkward, but I'm getting much better at doing it and not feeling embarrassed, or feeling much less embarrassed. And unfortunately, with like the stigma surrounding bipolar, which, you know, I kind of understand at certain points, people don't understand fully. They're only hearing the worst of it. You know, they're not getting like the full experience. So I feel like maybe I can give that to them on some level, probably a small level, but like show them like Not everyone with bipolar is like constantly having an episode, or like constantly manic or constantly depressed. Like, there's so many of us going around, and most of the time, maybe not most of the time, but like a lot of the time, like you have no idea that we have bipolar, you know? So like, and like I didn't bring this on. So I'm not going to be embarrassed as much. But you know, I'm not perfect. I still feel kind of weird sometimes. But most people that I've told, especially in the last like few years, have been amazingly cool with it and like didn't make me feel uncomfortable after telling them. That's not always going to happen, of course. I've just been lucky. All right, I think we're getting close to the end. Oh, it's 2 o'clock. I don't see any other questions unless I missed something. Yeah, Willie the cat. I mean, you're helping me. I hope I'm helping you, and I hope you all are helping each other by doing these, which I think, you know, I definitely think you are. It really is a group effort. And I just like really appreciate everyone joining and like, you know, adding to the chat. Oh, and Ella Bella said, when are you doing this again? I don't want to miss it. I try to do them every 2 weeks on Saturdays at 1 p.m. So the next one will be, looks like Saturday, August 22nd at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's the next one. That'll be right after my daughter starts back to school. She's going into 5th grade, and it's like middle school here starts in 5th grade. So she's going to middle school. I don't understand how this happened. But thank you so much. I really love everyone. It's been so fun. I I get so excited to do these, you know. It's really a nice routine. I love it. I love all of you. Thank you. And just thank you for being you and for like doing this and like helping other people in the chat. It's amazing. So we'll have to see what the theme is for next time, but you know, as always, I'll be here talking and making no sense at times, but all right. I love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.